boys and girls. Today we are going to make a dragonfly. And these materials should be, most of them should be in your newest material bag. There is a white folder in there. And in the white folder, there is a paper that looks like this, that has a shiny piece on top, and a paper that's folded that looks like this when you open it. These you can get out of the white folder. There should be a black permanent marker in your bag. It's actually probably really big and thick. It looks a little more like this than like this, but it's a big black marker that came in your bag. So you'll need that black marker. And then you should have got 2 long pieces of pipe cleaner and 2 small pieces of pipe cleaner. The things that you will need from your house or from a parent is tape and scissors. Tape and scissors. So if you can press pause and gather all those things so that you are ready for our art project. And then press play when you're ready. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw some patterns on our wings. So I have, and you can make your wings go however you'd like. I kind of like them to point up, so I'm going to have them go like this. And all you're going to do, this part you won't see, but in this part, and you might want to just watch first so that you know, you're going to start drawing some squiggly lines and designs. So I just might start and you can't erase this, so you just want to be thoughtful about how you do it. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to draw some nice squiggly lines. I don't want it to get too messy. I want to have some designs, but I don't want it to have too messy. So one of the sayings that I like is less is more. So you don't want to do too many, okay? Less is more. I'm going to do this side while you're watching, and then I will do the other one. I'll press pause and do the other one. So go ahead and press pause now while you do both of your wings. Now that I've finished my wings, I can actually pull this clear, oh, nope, I cannot. Ooh, I have to trace the outside too. Good thing I caught that. So you're going to want to make sure you trace all the way around your wings. And it's kind of hard to see, so I would go in order. So I started here and I just started going all the way around. All right. So now I outlined my wing and I can check and make sure by pulling it back that I can see my wings so I can cut them out. Then I can pull that paper off and I can cut around the outside. Now watch this part before you start cutting. You're going to cut, you're not going to keep cutting up. So I'm going to cut to the center piece and then I'm going to go around the bottom, up, back on the bottom. And the reason why we don't want to cut up here because that will cut our wing right off. So we just want to stay around the outside. Okay. So when you get to here, go back down and around. Don't cut up this way. Go ahead and press pause now while you cut your wings out. All right, I have my wings cut out. If you accidentally made a mistake and cut them apart, you can use tape to cut them back or to tape it back together. I'm going to put this off to the side because I'm done with that piece right now. The next thing I want to do is these are going to be our legs. And we need, how many legs do insects have? 6. So each of these, this needs to make 3 legs and this needs to make 3 legs. So I'm going to picture where would I cut it to make 3? And I'm thinking 3 about the same size. I'm going to do 1 cut here and 1 cut here. So that's 2 cuts. So, and it's going to be about the same size as these ones. That might help you decide. Okay, they don't have to be perfect. I just did 2 cuts on that one. There's 3 legs, and I'm going to do 2 cuts on this one. All right, so go ahead and your 2 long pieces, make 2 cuts on each long piece so that you get 6 legs total. Go ahead and press pause while you do that now. All right, I'm going to set these up here because we will get to those in a minute. My next step is to color the body of my dragonfly. But first I want to make some big dragonfly eyes. I think we read that dragonflies have the biggest eyes. I might be wrong about that. You'll have to correct me. Tell me in morning meeting if I'm remembering that correctly. And I might just do black. Big bug eyes. I remember reading that one of our insects had big bug eyes. Or not big bug eyes. That they had the largest eyes. I just can't quite remember which insect that was. I'm sure you first graders have a better memory than me though. So I drew some eyes and then I'm just going to color the rest of it however I want. So I'm going to show you an example. Here's an example of someone who painted theirs and they used blue and green and purple. So it's kind of up to you how you color. I'm going to grab my crayons because I forgot to get those. And you do not have to do the same colors as me or the same design, but I'm just going to I like to kind of use my crayon, do the side of my crayon, fills the space really nicely and shows the lines a little less. And remember, it can help if you color in the same direction. If you need to change directions, you can actually turn your paper. I might color that one color. And then maybe each little bump, I'm going to do a different color. Maybe this section I'm going to make purple. And then I will just lightly color that in. You can be coloring as you're listening to me right now too. And then maybe I want to do red for my next section. Oh, this is more of like a magenta. That's a violet red. And I'm just going to kind of blend them together. Notice how I kind of overlapped the colors a little bit so there's no white space. Because that's one thing we do want to do when we're coloring is we want to make it so there's no white space. Filling in the space makes it a really pretty picture. And then maybe I'll go on to blue. All right, so as I finish coloring mine, I'm going to go ahead and press pause right now and finish mine up. And then I want you to finish coloring yours as well. Okay, mine is all colored. Yours should be too. And then your next step is to cut around the outside of your dragonfly's body. Now it's really important that, again, you're not cutting all the way around these lines. You're staying on the outside so that you don't cut your dragonfly's body apart. So what that will start to look like, notice I have to turn and move my scissors, kind of in a wavy motion, back and forth. So what this is starting to look like is like this. Okay, so you're just cutting around the outside. I'm going to finish cutting mine, and I'd like you to cut yours out. Press pause and then press play when you're all done cutting. All right, my dragonfly is cut out. Now here's where it gets a little trickier because I'm going to turn my dragonfly over so that I can see the back of it. And you're going to need the tape for this part. And what we're going to do is glue on, or not glue, tape on each leg first. I'm going to line up my legs. And actually, in order to have enough room, I'm going to just do one. Put some tape on it. Then, and the tape has to be long enough, you can't see my tape in here, but so that it goes all the way across with a little extra. And the next one. And you can kind of move them if you want it to be in a different position. And I'll do the same thing with the other side. So I'm doing one piece of tape for each leg. Bend those. Go ahead and do that, and then do your other side with your legs going this way, taping them on one by one, lining them up, and then press play once all of your legs are taped on. Okay, the next step is to take your wings, and we're going to tape this on right behind or right on top of the legs. So I'm just going to take a piece of tape here, put one on the top, take another piece of tape, put one on the bottom so it stays on, and then my wings should stay fine. My last two things are my antennae. Tape my antennae on. There's one. New piece of tape. Here's two. And then I'm going to want to turn this over, and I'm going to want to maybe curl these. All right, there is my dragonfly. This is one of my favorite art projects. I think it's so fun, especially since we can bend some of the legs if you'd like. Since we've been learning so much about insects. So I hope you had fun building your dragonfly. Send me a picture if a parent can. Otherwise, make sure you put this up or give it to someone special so they can see your wonderful dragonfly that can fly around. All right, bye friends.